Hey YouTube, Flint here with Never here, and today in this video doing a video on Jaime Lannister. So um basically, how do you say the actor's name? Like Nicola something. So basically the actor talked about Jaime's story. So starts out as Jaime basically being this jerk and having an ancestral is that a word? Probably is. Relationship with his twin sister Cersei. Talks about how he pushes Bran off and stuff like that. And it's gonna be cool to see Bran and Jaime finally see each other once again. Is that be like, hey, I remember when I pushed you off that tower and tried to kill you because you saw me and my sister doing stuff? And then Bran was like, yeah, I do. Um, no, Bran would probably say something like, no, yeah, but I also remember seeing everything else because he basically sees everything now. Um, but he might also thank him because now he sees everything. Um, and he talks about how he's the Kingslayer and basically he's screwed because he broke his oath and killed the Kingslayer. That's why he's um, also known as Kingslayer Oathbreaker. Um, just skipping a bunch, then he eventually like loses his hand to Locke. When Locke showed up in Winterfell, not Winterfell. I know this video is about Jaime, but when Locke showed up at the Night's Watch at the wall and stuff like that. I was like, I remember that guy from somewhere, but I can't remember where he's from and stuff. And then yeah, so loses his hand, so he's like he has a gold. Well, he doesn't have the golden hand yet. Oh yeah, yeah. So I skipped like when he got captured by Catelyn and when Catelyn sent Jaime off with Brienne, and he eventually got to know Brienne and like have an interest for her, but just doesn't admit it yet. So Jaime eventually becomes like a better person through Brienne, um, and how, yeah, and then basically he's with Roose Bolton now. Then Roose lets him go back, but then go back to King's Landing, but then he goes back for Brienne and sees her fighting a bear with a wooden sword. And then he goes and saves her basically with his one hand, his left hand, his bad hand. Um, for me, it's funny though. I write with my right hand, and but I do everything else with my left hand. I pick stuff up with my left hand. I play sports with my left hand or left leg, like soccer or something like that. I play basketball with my left hand. I do everything with my left hand, but the only thing I do with my right hand is write. That's literally the only thing I do with my right hand. Anyways, a little off topic there. Then they both go back. Bran and him both go back to King's Landing. He meets Cersei and he's expecting like a big hug and stuff like that, but she's like, oh crap. Um, she's like, wow, his hand and stuff. Um, and yeah, she doesn't like Brienne, Cersei. Um, she's a little mad at Jaime because she feels like Jaime betrayed them and stuff like that. Um, Jaime's always had a good relationship with Tyrion, and when people think he killed Joffrey and he's going to be executed, he helps Tyrion escape. Um, but and then eventually he gives Brienne his sword that was Ned's sword a long time ago, but like melted and then remade. Um, so yeah, she's gone, but he mixes the two around. So when Brienne leaves and stuff like that, and when they're talking about the Marcella and the and how when Cersei basically tells him, or when he tells Cersei that he's gonna go and find Marcella, he mixes those two around. Anyways, then he goes to Dorne with Bronn and stuff, um, to go with Marcella to find Marcella. Basically, Bronn is Bran, except with instead of an A and O, and George R. R. Martin just decided to put another N on Bronn just to make it a little different. Um, Marcella is basically poisoned, then she dies, but I'm pretty sure he tells Marcella that he's her father. Um, yeah, Tom then eventually kills himself. I don't think he talks about that. And then he goes to where everyone else talks about with the White Walker to show Cersei that that the war for the throne isn't the most important thing, and how she basically trolls them. It's like, yeah, I'll help, and then she's like, no, I'm not helping. Um, yeah. Anyways, guys, who guys enjoy? Subscribe, like for more. Bye, peace out.